Our sixth stop in the Microsoft 365 maintenance process is Azure Information Protection. So Azure Information Protection is where we basically put security groups inside of files and emails, and that security then stays with that file and email no matter where it goes in the world or who has it. It's far superior than a traditional file server security where you have a shared folder and you put a security group on it, and then the files themselves sit there naked inside that folder, and once somebody has access to that folder, they can do whatever they want with those files. By putting the security groups inside of the file or the email, then the data that's inside that file or email is only available to that user if they're a member of that security group. And Azure Information Protection does this with labeling. And so when we have this far superior security mechanism in place, we want to actually check that it's firing properly, it's being used. So there are some automated labels that are in place, and we want to actually see that our users are applying the security to the documents. Also, Azure Information Protection has the way to look at the data that you have. It'll show you where your data is on individual computers, and it will also show you data that it thinks might be sensitive data that you might want to apply a label to. So let's go ahead and get into that now. So here we are in the Azure Information Protection portal. Now we had to go to portal.azure.com to do this. Here I have this set up. I would just go ahead and click on Azure Information Protection, and I'm in there. I'm in the main dashboard, the usage report, which again, it's important to know, are your users actually applying this to your emails and files? So they're securing them, and then if they aren't, then maybe it's a training issue, or maybe there's a legitimate reason. And then also you want to make sure that your automated labeling is in place. So for example, at Zerillion, any email that's created, any document that's created has a general label associated with it. And then from there, if a user wants to increase the security on it or the sensitivity to that document, they can go ahead and do that. So we're on the same page. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. So let me go ahead and bring up Word. And I have another video in our YouTube channel about this, but it's real simple. So here we have a Word document, and from here it has a general label on it. But if I want to go ahead and secure it, all I have to do is go over here to Confidential Secured, and then I can apply one of these security groups to it. So if I want to go ahead and apply legal, I can go ahead and do that. You can see that if I hover over it now, it says that only members of the legal group have access to this file. It doesn't matter if I send this accidentally to everybody in the company. Only members of the legal group will be able to see this document. It's a very powerful feature, especially in a cloud-based world where stuff can be sent off-site just with a third-party application or somebody just logging into a website from their work computer. So now what I want to do is I can see label activity in the last 31 days. 461 labels have been applied. Okay. The protect activity is 1. Now that would actually make sense. We don't have frequent needs to put security labels on documents all the time. So if I saw this go month after month, I might think, well, did people just stop doing this? But for us, that would make sense, and I'm okay with this. I can see we have 16 devices that have labels on it. Then I'll go ahead and do a quick stop over at the activity logs. I'm going to run through this real quick. I'm not going to spend time because I'm not investigating anything. But I'm seeing how things are being applied here, which users are doing it, where those labels are at. I don't see anything to make a ticket off here right now. Next thing is data discovery. This is really powerful, and you should be checking this. Data discovery shows you where all of your data is on your end user computer. I can look at each one of these endpoints, and I can see how much company data is resting on those endpoints. That is very, very helpful to know for your security. For example, if I can look down here and I can see in general, sitting on individual employees' computers, 20 to 100 files, let's say. All right, fine. In some cases, we have protected files on here. Okay. Wouldn't it be interesting to know if you had a user's computer that had 10,000 files on it or 5,000 files on it? Wouldn't you start to go, that seems strange. What's going on there? And so if I saw something like that, I would definitely make a ticket on that. So finally, I want to go into recommendations. This is where Azure Information Protection and Microsoft 365 are looking out for you. It thinks there are files in certain locations here that are currently not protected, and it's giving this a medium security alert, and it's something that we should investigate. So I would absolutely make tickets based off of this. I've just showed you 2 areas where it's showing here's all of your end user computers, here's company data and files that are on them, and then on top of that, here is also individual files and data in locations that it thinks should have a protection label installed on them. So again, I would go ahead and make tickets on these, and then we put these in the general support queue, and we'd go ahead and apply those labels. And then we go ahead and determine if we're going to apply labels or not. If you want to talk to us about putting Microsoft 365 inside of your company, let's talk. We're a 6-time Microsoft Gold Tier 1 cloud solution provider. We sell and service Microsoft Cloud subscriptions, and there's a little note there that we only service clients that we are the subscription reseller. We are a much better experience than an enterprise agreement or working with Microsoft Direct. If you're in an enterprise agreement, imagine this: you're a company with 250 employees and you have an enterprise agreement and you are at the very bottom rung with Microsoft. What do you think that experience is going to be like? And also, you have to prepay on an annual basis for all your consumption. With a cloud solution provider model like us, you don't pay any extra and it's monthly. Add subscriptions, remove subscriptions, and it's a much better experience. Also, if you're working with Microsoft Direct, you're going to have a much better experience working with us as well. We're going to be able to guide you a lot better than just calling into the first level support with Microsoft. We also have a premier direct technical support relationship that is even higher, and we spend substantially on, than the general partner support, and that's because we are a Tier 1 cloud solution provider. Lastly, if you want us to get you set up and you want to take over the management, fantastic. But also, if you want us to do all of the management and supporting your users with an unlimited help desk, unlimited system remediation, end user training, monthly IT management calls, and virtual CIO planning, which is what I do, you can talk to us about that too. That's our Confident Cloud Advantage. So finally, remember this: Microsoft 365 is the most advanced system that Microsoft has ever made, but it does require maintenance. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.